Dear students, this is our poetry time. Today's poem, Have You Earned Your Tomorrow? Poet Edgar Albert Guest. Dear children, Edgar Albert Guest was born in England in 1881 to Father Edwin Guest and Mother Julia Guest. The family relocated from England to United States and settled in Detroit in Michigan. Edgar was just 10 years old that time. Edgar began his career in his teenage at the Detroit Free Press, the largest daily newspaper in US, where he worked as a copy boy, later promoted to police writer, and then promoted to exchange editor. He served 65 years in the newspaper department. He began writing poems under the heading Chap, which became a popular daily feature titled Breakfast Table Chat and was published across 300 other newspapers. Edgar Guest published a new poem every single day in the Detroit Free Press for 30 years. That's more than 11,000 poems. More than 20 volumes of poetry of him were published. Mostly his poems were 14 lines long and promoted a deeply sentimental view of everyday life. His poems are inspirational and beautifully composed by common phrases and idioms and rhyme schemes. He was appointed poet laureate for the state of Michigan, where people sought his poems for moral support. People loved his work, and he was known as the people's poet. Dear children, have you earned your tomorrow? Here, the poet focuses on the importance of human relationship. Be good and kind to the others. Improvement of interpersonal relationships is the main theme of this poem. We're valued by the others. This helps us to forget the negative aspects of our lives. Relationships have many forces that influence the behavior of other people. Children, communication, self-awareness, acceptance, motivation, trust involve in human relationships. These are the pillars of human relations with personal growth and satisfaction. Self-evaluation strategy plays a role in understanding the effective human relationships. Dear children, a number of questions is asked by the poet in this poem to the reader, just to remind self-evaluation process. Yes, there are plenty of questions in this poem just to remind the reader self-evaluation process. Edgar Guest presents a number of probing questions to the reader about how he spends his days. Dear children, look at the first stanza. Is anybody happier because you passed his way? Does anyone remember that you spoke to him today? This day is almost over and its toiling time is through. Is there anyone to utter now a kindly word of you? Children, the poet is asking the reader a direct question. Have you made anyone's day better today? Was the person happy with your presence? Did you have pleasant talks with the person who you met today? This day is going to be ended. People are tired and exhausted due to hard physical work throughout the day. Still, will the person remember you at the end of the day and speak good about you? Will they feel happy to remember you at the end of the day? Now, the second stanza. Did you give a cheerful greeting to the friend who came along? Or a childish sort of howdy and then vanish in the throng? Were you selfish, pure and simple as you rushed along the way? Or is someone mighty grateful for a deed you did today? Dear children, the second stanza consists of three direct questions to the reader. Question 1. In second stanza, did you greet cheerfully the friend who you met today? Did you greet your friend sincerely with love? Or just for formality, you greeted him hurriedly in a boring manner which did not sound pleasant at all, and then being absolutely selfish, you disappeared very fast and mixed up with the others and rushed off another task? If not so, did you act differently? Did you give favor to someone today? Is someone really grateful to you for a work you did today for him? Now, the third stanza. Can you say tonight, in parting with the day that's sleeping first, that you helped a single brother of the many that you passed? Is a single heart rejoicing over what you did or said? Does a man whose hopes were fading now with courage look ahead? Dear children, the third stanza begins with a longer question. At the end of the day, the poet asks the reader, can you say at the end of the day tonight that you helped a single brother, at least one person, just one person, if not many, is helped by you today? Are you sure of your kindness to one brother at least? Next question, could you bring happiness to someone with your loving treatment? Another question follows now. Did you inspire or encourage someone who was in need of your inspiration? Could you help him to come out of his depressing state of mind? Did he become jubilant, active, energetic, hopeful, positive, and courageous with your assistance? Now, the fourth stanza starts. Did you waste the day or lose it? Was it well or solely spent? Did you leave a trail of kindness or a scar of discontent? As you close your eyes in slumber, do you think that God would say, you have earned one more tomorrow by the work you did today? Children, the poet wants to mean if your day is just for you, for your selfishness, for your comfort, only your comfort, it is badly spent then. A simply waste day it is then. You lost this day if you're selfish. But the same day will be well spent if you mark the day with your kindness to the others. If you bring satisfaction in people's mind with your pleasant talks and behavior, this day is well spent. Now, the last question of this poem, can you feel the presence of God in your mind before you sleep at night? Can you hear God would say, you have got one more tomorrow by the work you did today for the others, being kind, helpful, sensitive, responsive, and cooperative? Dear children, the last lines tell the reader, if he is unsure how his day was spent, he can close his eyes in sleep and think about what God would have to say to him. If, after considering the response of God, the reader feels as if he has done well, then his tomorrow is assured. Yes, his tomorrow is assured then. Tomorrow is the next day, and next day is a new day. God is bountiful. We are blessed to get a new day in our lives, gifted by the Almighty. Children, the message of love and humanity is beautifully spread in this poem. Please read this poem. Read this poem aloud. Enjoy the pattern of rhymes and remember the message of the poem. Dear children, thanks for your patient hearing. Please like the video to inspire me, comment and share the video with your friends, and don't forget to write to me, please. Bye. Have a nice time.